Right, for part A, I'm just going to explain, I'm just going to give an example. So if I wrote something in completed square form, let's say it was x minus 7 squared minus 5, then my minimum in this case, because it's a happy quadratic, would be minus 5. Because this thing here is always greater or equal to 0. So its minimum is going to be 0. And when it's equal to 0, y is going to be minus 5. And what causes this to be equal to 0? It's going to be when x is 7, because that will make the bracket 0. So it's going to become 7 minus 5. And you can imagine if I gave you the minimum, you could work back to get the equation, which is exactly what's being done here. So we've got the stationary point, because we don't know if there's a minimum or maximum here, we don't know what a is, but it's going to be c is equal to 2. That's going to be its minimum or maximum value, and it's going to be when this thing here is equal to 0. And therefore it must be that b, we can, in the same kind of way that we went from 7 to minus 7, it must be that b is minus 3. So b is equal to 3. And if I wrote that down, if I said I've got a x, you can kind of double check it, squared plus 2, then you'd say yes, the max or min is going to be 2, and it's going to be when x is equal to minus 3, which is what we have here. So that's my answer. For part B, we're told that the curve is translated by 4, 0. That is 4 in the x direction. And then it passes through the point 3, minus 18. So we can now take our curve, which I've got here, and we can perform a translation of 4 in the x direction. And what that's going to mean is that it becomes the function y becomes a, and then I replace my x by x minus 4, because f of x is going to become f x minus 4 for this translation of 4 in the x direction. It's going to become x minus 4. We still need to add the 3 on, square it, and add 2. So finally, I'm going to put the point in at 3 minus 18. We're going to get a, and then we're going to substitute 3 in, so it's going to become 3 minus 4 plus 3 squared plus 2, and that is going to equal minus 18. Let's sort this out. So that's going to become 3 plus 3 is 6, minus 4 is 2, so it's going to give us 2 squared, 4a, plus 2 is minus 18, so 4a will equal minus 20, and therefore a will equal minus 5, and we're done.